Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Alter Perspective, episode 47. And yeah, hey, so Pimpmunk, how's it going? How's that game going? How's that game treating you?
I just lost the level.
What's it called again? It's a game you're addicted to?
Yeah, Toon Blast.
Toon Blast.
It's like Jewel. It's like Candy Crush and Jewel Quest.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, I used
it's like Candy Crush and a bag of cocaine had a friggin' son.
Yeah, it's true.
We have a new guest. Hey, who are you, guy?
I'm me, and I have no idea who I am. I look like a skinhead, though. Apparently, no. My name is Suris.
Suris. Cool. Do you have a
Sir? Are you very Suris type of person?
No, generally not.
I kind of caught wind of that before we got started here. I could tell.
Yeah, I think he's perfect for the Chris Hansen episode.
I mean, you guys did send me a message that was along the lines of, "Would you like to take a seat down there and come to this podcast?"
Yeah, that's it. We're going to interrogate you about being a pedo for the next 2 hours. Are you ready?
Oh dear. I really hope you're kidding.
I'm kidding.
Nope.
I'm totally kidding.
If somebody didn't get the pun there, then I'm very sad.
I'll put up some emails.
You know what? I get it now. Damn, that just went right over my head. Fuck.
It went over my head too. But everything does.
Stop playing the game, Pimpmunk. It's controlling you.
It is, but that time it was a text message.
It's like Billy with his fucking Pokemon Go.
Yeah, dude, Toon Blast has got a hold of me, man. I'd suck your dick for another level.
Is there shit you have to pay for in that game?
You can, but I don't do shit like that.
It's probably just another one of those, like, there's microtransactions in there, kinda, sorta.
I used to work at a phone company, and I would see people's bills and see like all this Candy Crush related shit that these middle-aged women would pay for. It was fucking insane. Candy Crush.
I gotta have my Candy Crush.
Yeah. That was like it was soccer mom's digital crack, basically.
I mean, one time that one chick killed her kids so she could play Farmville.
Yeah, Farmville was another one.
Yeah. She like smothered her baby to death so she could.
That's insane. I've never played either of those games. I remember back in the day, I used to get all these requests to play fucking Farmville from people in my friends list, and it was just ridiculous. I think they found a way to turn that shit off.
Yeah. I never played that game. I never played Candy Crush for like one time, but for some reason this game has got a hold of my soul.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I'm going to avoid it. Forget there was a freaking brick breaking game that I played like for a good month straight, where you just fire out like 71 or 72 balls out and try to break all these numbered bricks, and it's like I got to like level 300 something in it, and then just went, wait a minute, I do have a life outside of this, don't I?
I really love Arkanoid though. That's like my favorite brick breaker kind of game.
Well, Ryan Reynolds is a spokesman for Toon Blast, and so that's the only.
How does that make it any better?
Well, I mean, that's the only reason I know.
Was it Ryan Reynolds' handsomeness that finally sold you?
It absolutely was.
Damn.
Absolutely.
It was Ryan Reynolds who also sold me on the real life Pokemon movie being good.
Why couldn't Ryan Reynolds make Green Lantern good?
Because first of all, you don't make a CGI mask on a character that makes it to where every time somebody's looking at your main character, you're staring right into the freaking uncanny valley. Secondly, if you're going to make a superhero movie, there's really one rule of thumb, and that's make it cool. You don't even have to have a good story, just like make it a cool movie. That was not a cool movie. That was boring exposition.
The writing was horrible.
I find it hard. I find it hard to think that these professional filmmakers in the age when all these superhero movies are out, that you could make a bad Green Lantern movie.
Remember that Green Lantern came out like during the early stages of the superhero renaissance. Also remember that the superhero renaissance, even though that's happened and that's a really neat thing, we still somehow managed to get Batman v Superman and Justice League out of it.
Yeah, so it's just the DC stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of it. It's like it's trying to take what Marvel did, because Marvel went really slow. And so you got to actually know the characters before they started going, now they're all on screen together. Now you've got a reason to like them. Whereas with the DC, they were just like, yeah, Batman, we're not even going to give him his own movie. We're just going to make him the second Superman movie. And like the third Superman movie is just going to be a bunch of them together. We'll call it Justice League. It'll be fine. Who's the villain we're going to have? Let's see. Notable villains in the DC universe. We could go with Lex. We could go with Darkseid. We could go, you know what? Let's go with Steppenwolf. Does anybody remember who the hell Steppenwolf is?
I remember him. I remember him. Did he have like a big hammer or something?
It's like a big axe hammer thing.
Yeah. I remember him. I had an action figure of him because I had all the like Super Friends action figures.
I think one of the things they screwed themselves over hard with though was when they went, let's incorporate the Flash, but let's not take the Flash from our TV series that is currently successful. Let's just make a new one. That'll work. That's a good idea. No, it would have been better if they just tied their TV and their movie series together, like, smart thinking human beings. That would have been good, but they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Ghostbusters trailer? I'm going to play it right now.
I haven't.
Yeah. It's really short.
That's probably the safest trailer they could have gone with.
Yeah.
And it's probably a good move, all things considered.
Is this going to be the all-woman cast again?
No.
I doubt it, because I think the reason they have this trailer is because they received negative backlash for the last movie. So this is like playing it as safe as possible.
Yeah, I know that Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd are involved in it.
Oh, okay. Bill Murray's so awesome. I love that man.
Yeah, it just sucks that Egon's dead.
Yeah. I never even watched the girl cast.
Neither
I never
did.
I've never seen it. I can't. So I ain't gonna bash on it because I know everybody else hates it, but I'd never seen it, so I don't know if it sucks or not.
Yeah, I had zero interest in it.
The only thing I know about it, because I haven't seen it myself, but I've heard that there's like a small handful of people that said, "Oh, it's a good popcorn flick," but then there's like a lot of people that went to see it and they said, well, they kind of made the entire movie ride just on the idea that it had an all-women cast.
Thank you.
It's like you can't just have a movie that says, oh, the main characters are women. That makes it a good movie. No. You have to have good characters that happen to be that, and then it's fine.
Yeah, from what I hear, they didn't like tie it into the original cast at all, did they? It was like, it would have been cool if they made them like daughters of the original hunters or whatever.
It's like, give us a reason why you have new characters.
I remember probably about, 10 to 12 years ago, there was a Ghostbusters game that I had for Nintendo Wii. And the whole idea of the game was you were one of the new Ghostbusters being trained by the older ones, and it had all of the original.
You were the fifth one.
Yeah, and all the original actors came back to voice it and everything. It was great.
Yeah, I heard that was good on all the consoles, because my friend had the version for the Xbox 360, and he said that it was actually like, strangely enough, it was one of the few instances of just having a good licensed video game.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it. check out this news story. This is craziness.
Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
Well, this video from right here in New Mexico is going viral online. A transgender woman losing her cool when she says an employee at an Albuquerque video game store called her sir instead of ma'am. The video has been viewed.
Knocks over a display.
More than a million.
Man, GameStop gets all kinds of people coming in there and knocking shit over, like Chris Chan too. I mean,
Yeah. That's not
times on
ladylike.
YouTube over the last 2 weeks.
Just get the lowest common denominator in there. That's kind of what happens with GameStop. There's actually a way that I used to avoid this stuff. Is I called everybody either ma'am or man when I was a clerk. That way, if they thought that I said one thing, I could just throw it to the other. And just so no, I said man, or
yeah,
no,
that's
I
a
said
safe bet.
And it's getting people talking. Lots of people have made
I used to live in Albuquerque, so I'm not really surprised.
fun of the woman
honestly.
for her outburst. Others say
I'm not really surprised this crazy shit's going on.
she did the right thing by defending her gender identity. Now only on
No, I'm sorry. It's not a. It's okay to be offended and tell them that you're offended if that's what you are. You know,
Yeah, it's not okay it's not okay to destroy public displays because of
Act
that.
like a fucking idiot. It's not okay to act like an idiot.
or she's telling her side of the story to Kai Porter.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
It's the video seen by millions. Tiffany Moore,
kind of intimidating.
a transgender woman who recently
Millions? Wait a minute.
Yeah,
I have a problem
AAA.
I have a problem with that. There's only 1 million views there.
started her
That's not
transition
millions.
yelling at an employee inside this Albuquerque GameStop. Moore says the cashier repeatedly called her sir instead of the gender pronoun she identifies with. While she was trying to return a game she bought for her son.
Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was general.
Right beforehand, you f***ing said sir.
Sir? Okay.
huh? And he slipped and said "sir" again. What
And he
an
says
idiot!
it anyway. Okay, so there's like two sides to this. Then
I think
like
he's
one,
nervous.
There's
Though.
like one obviously the person at the counter is trying to say "sir" because that's why it slips there. But on the other side, you have to understand that if you are trans, because when I was a clerk, I got a lot of trans customers. Most of them, if you accidentally misgender them, usually it's just a matter of them correcting you real quick, and then you going, "Oh, I'm sorry." You just apologize for it, and then you continue. You don't usually get one who just goes, "I'm going to explode today," because why not?
The cashier does sound kind of nervous too.
Yeah, well,
Because this is a big person, by the way. This isn't your normal little bitty chick. This is a pretty good sized person screaming at you.
F***ing sir.
I apologize. I apologize now.
I was so angry at that.
That
point.
wasn't
This is
ladylike.
literally 5 or 6
Wait a minute.
times. He had called me sir and got me so
I'm
fuming
about to
angry.
say
I was
something
cussing.
offensive.
The internet
look
responding
at this.
to the viral
Look at these memes.
Superman.
clip with memes like Superman, Aquaman,
Aquaman.
and
Macho ma'am, tranny savage. Oh my god.
I can't believe they showed this on the news. They showed this on the local news.
That's so
Isn't it
fucking
like-
funny. Right there. That's funny as fuck right there, dude.
Oh my god!
Macho ma'am.
Oh my god! And he
boy.
actually says it too. Hold on.
and Macho Man, tranny savage. Tranny is a slang term for transgender that many find offensive and derogatory.
What's really sad is it's bringing so many bigots out of the woodwork.
But Moore, a local MC and rapper, isn't letting the
Hold
memes get
on. A local MC and rapper.
I wonder if they realize that like.
That's such a close up of its earring. What
That's
the
just
fuck
kind
is
of the
that?
same thing. Oh my god!
Why is such a close up of its earring? What's going on?
What does a local MC / rapper have to do with any of this?
She is a local MC and rapper. Apparently, that was not the profession I would expect her to have.
Oh, okay. And I'm sorry, I said it. I didn't really. I said it on mistake.
To her. She's using
everybody
her
makes
newfound
mistakes. My
viral.
parents made me.
Look at the tattoos. It's like
Yeah,
prison
it's-
tattoos.
Yeah. Oh, it's be hard to call this person, man.
Fame to raise awareness about the transgender community, and she even wrote a song to get her message out there.
We're human.
Please
Oh,
play
that's
it.
what she's-
Please play it.
It's just like
Is
you.
it going to be cringy?
It probably is. Come
I
on.
hope it is.
People just like you. We have kids, we have parents, we have brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins. We're just trying to live.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah, that's fine. It's okay to get mad and be like, fuck you, I'm not shopping here anymore. Then you just leave. Like, I'm cool with that. But don't knock things over. I don't think anyone should do that no matter how offended they are.
Yeah, there's not really a point where you can just go, they offended me so much that I started destroying their property. Like, well, first of all, two wrongs don't make a right. You can't just say that, oh, yeah, no, they hurt me, so I hurt everything that they have around them. That doesn't, no.
Right.
Be the better
And-
person.
yeah.
Be the better person.
And it's not the whole company's fault. It's just, you know.
Yeah, because at that point you're punishing like every employee there for just the transgression of a single employee that may or may not have been a mistake. In this situation, it seems like it wasn't necessarily a
I messed up my
mistake.
stream's audio tonight and
still.
basically wasted 2 hours with no views or subs. Thanks for pulling me out of feeling shitty.
Hey, no problem. Hey, you know what?
awesome.
Audio can be a pain in the ass to set up sometimes. Oh, you know what? Since that came in, I'm just going to mention I have a goal I'm trying to meet tonight. I'll stream as late as I can to get to it. Maybe later we could play some trivia or something if you guys want to. But yeah, check that out. Oh, and also Subscribe Star got monetized finally. So those of you who want to support me and you'd rather do it on Subscribe Star, as far as I understand, that's working now. Or you can go to Patreon. It depends on your preference. It's available to on both now, apparently. All right. Oh, fuck. Oh, wow. I saw this morning on the news, and it blew my mind. Check this out. This guy has a dash cam.
I sense a car crash coming.
No, actually, something totally crazy. Here it is. See that? It's a fucking little kid in a car seat.
Damn.
It fell out of that car. And that car is going to keep going. And this
Wow.
guy, like, luckily saw it and knew not to run it over.
The fuck?
And the car
That
just keeps
is-
going without its fucking kid.
That reminds me of that. There was a
What
there
the
was a
fuck?
news. There was a meme at one point that was like, make sure to keep your wallet or something important in the back to remember to grab your kids. And it was like, something important in the back. You mean your kids don't qualify as that?
When you strap your kid in your, well, first of all, when you strap in the car seat first, you make sure that you can't like pull it too far in any direction. Oh, and also you make sure your door is closed. Man, that person just fucked up on so many levels. Make sure
How did they even get out of the car?
the door just opened, and then the person just, and I guess
The kid fell out.
I guess the mom might be charged. So
I would imagine something's happening there because that's
Yeah.
that's not your. I mean, that's not a normal mistake.
yeah, I don't think so.
That's some meth head mama shit right there.
Yeah, that sounds like one of those things that you hear about it happening and you're just like, oh, that probably happened. It probably didn't happen. And then you witness it and you go, oh, no, people really are that dumb.
Yeah, door not closed, car seat not secure. 2 huge mistakes. Oh, but you at least had the kid strapped in, so when she fell out, she was just like helpless, stuck there, trapped to the fucking seat that fell out of the car. Wow.
Somebody said that kid was making a break for it.
That kid couldn't do shit. That kid was just stuck there.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Oh man, so now actually I'll show you guys something cool before we jump down one of the most fucked up rabbit holes I had the displeasure of falling down.
All right. Eggheads in there.
Let's see. Yeah, here's something cool. Check this out. I saw this on the news today too. This just formed in Maine.
Wow.
And it's a thing. It actually spins very slowly, but I've seen it on higher speeds, and it like spins.
This is just a cutout piece of ice, pretty much.
Is perky for the Mario leaks.
That's pretty fucking awesome. It looks like a planet in a way, don't it?
Yeah, it's just a natural. It's a naturally formed ice disc in this little area.
No, don't
here.
give the flat earthers any more ammo. It's flat and looks like a planet.
Yeah.
Colonel Kasperky for the Mario leaks. Okay, thanks to him. I mean, I don't really care that much. But yeah, cool.
The moon is flat. I don't know why that made me laugh.
The moon is a shuriken, confirmed.
I'm drinking the Kratums.
Oh God. So Pimpmunk will be comatose in about 20 minutes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, you said you wanted to keep on going for the donations, but it seems like they're going to have to get them all in the next 20 minutes.
I mean, a lot of times he taps out and I just keep going anyway. But I think, you know, once we're done with the videos and whatever else, we'll probably play a round of trivia. Basically, you just play it from your phone, and we just play it here on the screen all together. If you,
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Go ahead and tell him what the app is where he can go ahead and download it.
So, which one would you rather do? Because I've been doing You Don't Know Jack recently, but before
I just do that one with it.
It's quiz time.
Half a chick.
Yeah. I have a new one, and you don't actually have to do an app. You actually just go to a web page on your browser, but it works the same way. So
okay.
Yeah, we'll set that up later. But yeah, the other one has an app. But I started.
Well, I hope you make it go because I can't stay too long.
Well, I mean, how long?
I'll stay the normal time.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to masturbate at some point tonight.
All right.
Nah.
Here's
The Catholic Church taught me that that's not something you have to do.
Well, that's because the priest did it for you.
But they never let me finish.
All right. All right. So the vigilant Christian recently, I guess he got catfished and tried to set up some orgies and some gangbangs and shit. Isn't that what happened?
Oh God.
Sounds something like that, yeah. He he had pictures of his friends' penises.
Yeah, he was sending pictures of his friends' junk to Catfish and being like,
that's something we all do. I've got friends of Ben's dick all up on my phone.
Yeah.
We all just carry pics of our best friends' dicks and shit. Yeah, it's just hell. I got a couple of my dad's. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I think you might be traumatized.
So here's the first of a 3-video series about Mario. Here we go, guys.
Hey family, it's Brother Mario. I pray you're having a great day. Go ahead and upload this video because I took down my previous one.
I'm gonna speed it up because there's no way we'll get through it otherwise.
I don't feel like I properly addressed this in a mature Christian way, and so I wanted to take down that video and
What's
do
going
this
on with
this way.
the image quality?
Nothing. I mean, it
looks like he's being, on my end, it looks like he's being bathed in Donald Trump's skin tone.
Huh. I don't know. I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah.
I seeked some counsel from brothers and sisters in the Lord about how I should do this, and so here it is. Now, you may or may not know, but there's a lot of controversy about me online. There's some truth that's been exposed, some of the skeletons in my closet, but also some really twisted lies that are twisted it all up in there. I'm just going to state the lies so that, you know, no one... Well, you can not believe me if you want, but I'm going to state my case. I am not a pedophile. There are people that are trying to either insinuate...
Yeah, sure. And you know what? I believe him there. I don't think he is. I think that's just something people get called all the time on the internet now. And it's bullshit.
Yeah. That's the fastest way to defame somebody is just say that they touch children. Yep. Like, obviously, when there's a kernel of truth to it, it's horrible. But it's also one of those things that just gets... It's a go-to insult.
That or Hitler.
Yeah, Godwin's law is a thing.
I shouldn't be around kids, and posting a picture of me and an old boy I used to mentor, a young guy, as if somehow I have some sick relationship with this kid. Like, if I could bring this kid's mother on, okay, and she would be enraged to hear you guys even accuse me of that. She'd be sickened, and anyways, and I might just do that if this doesn't stop, that accusation, because that's too much, that's too far, okay, that's so out of whack to even insinuate that, to use that photo and to try and like make people think that, you know, oh, Mario shouldn't be around those kids. Why?
So he doesn't really address much until the next one, so I'm just gonna play the next one.
Hey family, it's Brother Mario. I pray you're having a great day. I wanted to record this video as a part 2 to my video I uploaded yesterday, where I publicly repented and confessed my sins. If you haven't seen that video, please go back and check it out. If you haven't heard, there's some information online that's come out of me, some true, some false. I explained that in the video. But this is all happening because the Lord is disciplining Brother Mario. The Bible says that God disciplines the children that he loves. And
he's the first time starting to cry.
And, as painful as this is right now, this is an expression of God's love for me. And I'm going to walk through this storm.
Funny how the Lord disciplines people by using other people, but it's just something he can't do on his own. God can't do it on his own. He's got to send other people to do it.
Right.
For some reason, God's able to do all the things that man can't do. But the minute we're talking about something that people can do on their own, God has to do it through them, apparently.
God works in mysterious ways, motherfucker.
Yeah, I think you misspelled the word stupid.
Brother Mario's got the almighty hand of God spanked on his butt so bad it's red and it hurts. And I'm thankful for that.
What?
I'm actually...
Dude, are you trying to get away from this image of you that's out there now?
The almighty hand of the God the Father just spanked the Christian.
Yeah. Nice and red. Nice and
as hard and
tender.
difficult as this is going to change my life.
Thank you, Trey.
It's actually an expression of God's grace to me. And his love and his mercy. You know, like a good father, you got to discipline your kids, and I was out of line. And I've been out of line for a while. And I've kept it in darkness, hiding it. And I'm glad it's out, because it's done. What was in the darkness has been brought to the light.
So then
now, my sin...
You want to say what it is and say that you're getting punished for it, but you're not saying what it is.
It's his big fat Mario cock.
Oh, dearie.
Sin was left in 2018. So far in 2019, praise God, I've been walking in obedience. I know many of you are going to take longer...
So, like, for less than a month.
...to forgive me than God.
Yeah.
God's already forgiven me. I've confessed and I've repented. And my sin is forgiven as far as the east is from the west. The Lord doesn't bring it up to my remembrance anymore. But I know as humans, this is a...
Just because you don't remember it... Just because you don't remember something you did that is obviously so wrong that it's bringing you to tears doesn't mean that it was forgiven by an all-powerful deity. First of all, if you did something horrible, I don't know what he did, but I'm just going to say that if you did something horribly egregious,
it's really nothing. Like, I don't care if he wants to try to set up orgies and gangbang with his buddies, if that's what he really wants to do. He thinks it's wrong because he tries to portray this like Christian image, you know.
Yeah, that's you're the one. He's the one that's making it bad. Nobody.
But if he's the one that thinks it's, I have this theory. I'll get to what I said in just a second. But I have this theory on people who do this. I feel like the only reason that they want this stuff to be bad is because it's not kinky to them if it's not.
Yeah,
it's not kinky to
they
them.
Enjoy it that much more.
But like, if one of your reasons for why you've been forgiven for something is that you don't remember it anymore, it's not brought up in your memory, and that's apparently something that God controls. Let's say he did something egregious, something that was actually bad, not something that he just thinks is bad. The fact that you don't remember it anymore doesn't mean that you were forgiven. It probably just means you're, you know, a psychopath.
Yeah.
More
I
difficult
don't
process.
remember that bad thing I did anymore last month.
All he did was want to fuck. I mean, really? It's not even bad. He wanted
No,
to
it's
get some
not.
sex on. It's like the only people who thinks it's bad is people like you, Mario. People like me would say, "Hey, get your fuck on."
He was making videos just like a month ago, being like, "I used to be a bad boy, but Jesus has saved me now."
Yeah.
And now Jesus is spanking him.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm hoping I can regain your trust over the next year as the Lord restores me. And I respond to
I trust you more now that I know
the
you're a little
discipline
freak.
through
Now
repentance
that we know that you're a
and conforming myself to Jesus more than I ever have before. I truly believe this happened to make a man out of me. To spank me so bad.
Why is he doing? Why
Did
is
he
he
say spank or spite?
to spank?
Spank.
Homeboy, you gotta know that there's some sexual innuendo there. Come on now.
Who would have
Dude,
known?
If you couldn't get an orgy of people to spank you, what makes you think God wants to?
Yeah.
Jesus is a fucking freak, dude.
He used to have a channel called the Godly Bros. I guess like him and the Godly Bros used to like run trains or something.
He wants Jesus to take his sandal off and pop his little butt.
That I finally get straight. So I'm very thankful. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. I wanted to talk about some other part of the controversy I didn't even know was actually a part of this. And this were some of the comments that I made on this atheist skeptic that has a YouTube channel where he mocks Jesus. Somehow some people think that I think that that behavior is okay, and that I say, and somehow I was saying that it's okay for him to do that. That's not at all what I understand.
Do you want to say which atheist skeptic? That would be helpful.
Yeah, I don't know.
What was doing in terms of mocking the Lord Jesus Christ will be held to his account, and I'm praying that he repents of this behavior. But the issue was that this guy put out a video where he was crying, the whole internet talked about it, and it had to do with the Mormon Christian cult getting involved in his life to remove from him his children. And so what I was saying is that us as the body of Christ, in response to this, shouldn't be doing what I see so many of you doing to this man. And that is when he's down,
it's Jesus Christ.
That is not what I believe to be a Christian response at all. I believe that in the moments where the world, other people are broken, they need to see love. In my personal evangelism, how I've been able to really successfully lead people to Jesus is two ways. Preaching the word, but
Send
also
them
walking.
dick pics.
Yeah. Not even his own dick pics. Other people he knows dick pics. All right, let's see.
Jehovah's Witnesses. This is a Christian cult. If you're part of that, please stay tuned to this YouTube channel. I feel called, because of this issue with this guy in the future, to make exposés on the Jehovah's and the Mormons to show you that they're not biblical. You know, I feel really bad that there's people like this guy who get involved with groups like this. Cults. They're called Christian cults, okay? We in Orthodox Christianity, the Protestant Christians, and other Christians who fall into orthodoxy and fall into the fundamental...
I don't think that's biblical either. That's okay, though. You know what? It's fine if you don't like the Mormons, or the Mormon Church, rather. You know what? I don't like the Bible 2 Electric Boogaloo either.
Yeah, the Bible 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I just randomly have a Book of Mormon here for reasons, I guess. It's just like...
You got magic underwear, too.
Truths of the Bible, we reject these Christian groups. For example, the Mormons have an entire other book that they've added onto. A false prophet that had weird, quacky visions, and the theology is completely cultic.
Visions.
Yeah, like they're any more weird than the shit in the Bible.
Like, what's a weird, quacky vision
Fidel
compared
Castro.
to Abraham being told to stand on a hill and chop up a bunch of birds?
Yep.
Or the dude that talked to a donkey. You know, motherfucker sitting there.
So what I was saying and trying to convey is that we should have compassion and understanding for this
Preacher
individual.
talks out their own ass, but in the Bible, people just talk to asses.
Yeah. But Joseph P. Smith, or whatever his fucking name was a weirdo. I won't say that.
Who, because of the
con
Christian
man,
cult,
but
has had his perception of Christianity and the Bible warped and hurt, because that's what these Christian cults do. That's misrepresent Christianity to miss him. Since Mormon, or either he has Jesus currently in his life, because let's take into account what the Bible would call wolves in sheep's clothing.
I'm trying to get to the point here.
And I care for you. I don't know what your situation is with your kids, and I just wish you... That's not a good thing to be representing the Lord Jesus. In fact, no mocker will go unpunished. So heads up. But I care for you as a person, and I wish you the best. And I believe that God wants to show you his love in this situation. Express love to them. What are we using? Without love, we are nothing but clashing symbols. You guys, this whole controversy is really...
sounds better
it's a
than
good thing,
people
as I
burning in
mentioned at
hell.
the beginning of this video. The Lord is using it to discipline me. I have repented, so you don't need to comment, Mario, repent. It's already happened. What you need to comment in the comment section is, Brother Mario, I love you. Keep going, brother. You're on the right path now. And that's what it is. You know, this experience
tell
also...
people how they're supposed to respond to you.
Right. I mean, he was for the last few years, he was talking about how he was studying to become a minister and shit like that.
Yeah.
He tried to go to seminary, but with all the dick pics on his phone, I can only guess he only got as far as seminary.
Zing! I need a rim shot for him.
Expose two groups of people to me. Those of you who really are my brothers and sisters, who have grace and love and forgiveness, who don't think you're any better than, you don't look at my sin and you put yourself on a pedestal. I received some of the most loving messages.
Oh, okay, so you were fine with judging other people and their sins, but...
That's because he's a good Christian boy.
Okay.
Messages I've ever received in response to this. I had Brother Stephen Bankers yesterday counseling me on the phone in the most loving...
Yellow people control the government, of course.
way, without judgment. So Stephen, bro, I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, bro.
And then on the other side, I've been crucified, and I continue to be crucified by... Maybe some of you are brothers, but I plead with you.
Wait, no, you have not.
Crucified mean, does he?
First of all, if he had been crucified, then he would have successfully made his orgy, because that requires getting nailed by a bunch of people.
Ha!
Secondly, I don't see any stigmatas on those wrists. Don't lie to us.
That's true. He doesn't have the crown of thorns.
He got
the dude bro hat is the crown of thorns.
I was wrong.
That's his kink.
I can't do anything else but just repent, ask for forgiveness, get cleansed by God, and to continue on the straight and narrow path. If you didn't see my video, I'm going to do what I need to do to get help. I'm going to put myself in a Christian program with Pastor John that is called Ashes to Rubies.
Oh my God.
Brother Mario is really broken, and I've been trying to tell you that for a while. You know, I didn't want it all to come out like this, but I've been struggling with drugs and alcohol and pornography, but I've been good. Don't get the idea that was consistently happening. It was like I do good for a while, and then I'd fall back into
I was only a social porn watcher. I was only a social drug user.
And the three things he named were so bad, it sounded like a good time to me. Fuck alcohol, drugs, and porn. Hell yeah.
It's just like, look, if your life is so stressful that you have the need to go to enough alcohol that you find it to be a problem, or I guess just any porn to him is a problem, if there's not like a too much or a too little. If you find yourself in a situation where it's so stressful that you have to turn to substances, then maybe, just maybe, it's not really the substances that are the problem. Maybe you should be looking at the other things in your life that need to be fixed. Yeah. Usually one of those things gets fixed by that.
And I'd do better, and I'd maybe go a little bit longer, but I'd fall. And last December, I took my last stumble in that one.
The really sad thing
I'm not going back to that, Phil, I tell you.
He honestly thinks that he's such a bad person because he likes to fuck. And you're not a bad person because you like to fuck, bro. I mean, you're really not. No. I mean, you know, it's kind of sad when you think about it, that these people actually think that natural human shit is bad.
Yeah, and usually they'll use some kind of really tired apologetic like, oh, well, animals kill each other in nature all the time. That's natural. Are you trying to say that anything that's natural is good? It's like, no, but at some point you have to kind of ask yourself, what does what you're doing do to harm anybody else? If the answer is nothing, then chances are it's not harmful. The only person who you seem to be offending is your imaginary sky daddy at this point.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Somebody said he'd be pretty normal if he wasn't Christian. Exactly.
That's just a normal functioning human being.
So for all of you that are supporting me through this, loving me through this, forgiving me through this, I really do appreciate you. For those of you that are taking this opportunity to crucify me, to condemn me, I forgive you, and I love you. I'm sorry I let you guys down.
Actually, sir, if you were really being crucified, they would have to let you down eventually.
In the darkness. The Bible says that when a man is caught in sin, that the church is to spiritually restore him. So, church, I need restoration. I don't need condemnation.
But I thought that God had already done that.
In a couple months, he'll be bashing other people again and saying they're all going to hell.
I know what I did was wrong. No, I know.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't. You wanted to have sex. Oh, no, so bad.
Yeah. Did you ever stop and think there's a reason why we like it so much? You know?
It feels good.
Yeah.
It feels real good. It makes your pee-pee smile.
All right, here's part 3.
Hey, Faith family, it's Brother Mario. I pray you're having a great day.
He's totally different now.
I wanted to go ahead and create part 3 of my response to the current online controversy that's taking place regarding me.
I've seen him cry so many times.
I have a question. So he's a huge Bible believer and thinks that the little things that the Bible says are wrong are really wrong. Then has he read Leviticus? Because that's a tattoo on his wrist.
Yeah, he says he got that before he was a Christian.
He's
and it's actually like a yoga symbol, and now he thinks yoga is satanic. So
I stretched my body. Hail Satan!
It is satanic. It hurts my fat ass when I do it.
Specifically in today's video, I wanted to be very open and candid and honest with you about the personal struggles that I've been struggling with. I mean, I didn't really want to go into detail before, and I never wanted this to be brought so publicly.
Yeah, Mario blames weed. See, now he's going to talk about his sexual shit.
But it has been. And so in this video here today, I'm going to be very open and honest about my struggles and what it is that I need to personally overcome in my walk with God. And I'm also going to talk about what it is I plan on doing on moving forward. And I'm going to answer the critics today that say that I have no place on YouTube, I shouldn't be uploading videos, etc. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, the first thing I want to say is... I
want it stated for the record that I want Mario to keep uploading all the videos he wants.
I'm very, very happy this has happened. I'm actually very happy. And you wanna know why? Well, it says in Romans chapter 8, verse 28, there's a promise that I have been standing on for every day of my life. This is the promise that God gave me that helps me in my darkest times. And that is Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that, that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. And so I have a promise that this public humiliation that I deserve for the most part is going to be worked out for my good. And how is that? Well, what is happening here is the Lord is disciplining Brother Mario. That's exactly what's happening. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11.
Oh, come on,
no, the public is disciplining you. They're not. God's not working through the general public.
This is the only good part of the video. The cute little cat in the background. Look at how happy Mario looks here. Yeah, he is. I'll tell you what. I hate armchair psychology. Yeah. I just want to say, it seems to me, I am not a professional, that Mario is very bipolar. He has extreme highs and extreme lows in his videos. Okay.
That cat looks evil. That cat's fucking
That cat's looking at him, and that cat's looking at him, and I just want to caption that cat's facial expression, and just have the caption and meme read, "Stop talking about that Jesus shit, bro. It's weird."
Yeah.
I wish you had a pit bull that would jump up and bite the cat's head off right quick. That would be awesome.
I'd really rather that not happen.
I totally disagree with you.
That's fine. We can agree to disagree.
Sorry.
He poked the pussy.
I don't feel like I needed to bring you guys into the super deep details of the things that I struggled with, but I tried to be very open and honest. Brother Mario was struggling in certain areas. And this struggle that I was having in my personal life sucked.
In the
I mean, there's no other word to describe it. It's just not pleasant. It's not fun. Living a double life and feeling like a hypocrite is never a good, empowering feeling. It doesn't make you feel strong. So the Lord has used this very painful experience. Now, I've been publicly exposed to tens of thousands of people, and for things that are extremely shameful, that bring a lot of guilt to me. But it is for my good that the Lord has done this. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11 says, "For the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant." Good. Revelation chapter 3, verse 19. Mario's not a real Christian. Mario's a Satanist. He's a black man after my own heart. And so David, when he was a shepherd boy, before open my lips and my mouth to declare your praise, for you will not delight in sacrifice, or I would give it. You will not be pleased with a burnt offering. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit. A broken and contrite heart. Oh God, you will not despise. And brothers and sisters, can I ever tell you that I've been praying this psalm and reflect, you know, the devil. Mario, just have one toke. You can have one toke. You got control of this now. Yeah, go. Yeah.
Yeah, here's the weed part. Actually, I'm going to back it up just a little bit. All right.
You don't have, like, Canadian weed. So I got into the dope really, really young. And I didn't realize just how much it was doing to me. So before I knew it, I ended up being a pothead to the max.
It is true, back in the day, the weed in Canada was way better than what I had when I lived in a place in the U.S. where it was illegal. But now that I live in a place in the U.S. where it's legal, I mean, it's just as good, if not better. So...
about 3.5.
Probably because people don't have to cut it as much now.
Yeah, I mean, and they can grow it under legal conditions. They don't have to hide it, and they can grow it on a large scale. And, I mean, you can even grow at home here if you have a medical clearance, too.
Grams of strong cannabis, you know, the Kush, high THC levels every single day out of a 1.5-foot bomb.
The good Kush.
Stupid, but that's where I got myself.
I know what that is.
When I would smoke dope, it would open up. I just want to get more high, you know? Whether back in the day that was through ecstasy, cocaine, alcohol, whatever.
See, Mario sounded like a fun guy to hang out with back in the day.
Yeah, dude, cocaine and ecstasy.
Not to mention, though, I don't like when people say shit like that. not for any like really down to earth reason, but just because there's a stupid argument against marijuana saying that it's a gateway drug, and it's people like this that add fuel to that argument.
Yeah.
All went together. I would smoke weed, and then that opened up the door to all sorts of other stuff. So in my walk with God, I've been good for a while. You know, when I first came to the Lord, I had victory for a long time. And then, you know, the devil, Mario, just have one toke. You can have one toke. You got control of this now. Yeah, go. Yeah, nope. So I would smoke that one joint, and then before I knew it, for another month, I'm back in the hole. It's a stronghold to me. It's like the enemy comes and just, boom, he puts me in the headlock, and I can't get out. And it takes me a little while. So my walk with God has been like
it sounds like you're stressed, Mario. Do you think maybe the weed would help you?
Yeah.
You seem a little stressed, brother.
He definitely needs a blowjob.
That's why he smokes it, but then after he smokes it, he gets all fucking I don't know, you know, paranoid, and then he feels bad because he thinks God's watching him and constantly judging him.
He smokes it and then immediately just goes to the cocaine and ecstasy, which is not a normal thing, by the way. Do you know what most Mario? If he's watching this, if he ever watches this, I have a message for you, Mario. Most functional people, when they take pot in any amount, especially large amounts, do you know what they crave? It's not cocaine and ecstasy. It's Doritos.
Yes. It's true. Yeah, I know plenty of people who have just smoked weed and have never done any other drugs. I know a fair amount of people who have done who have not done that. But, you know, it's their choice. There's nothing about weed that makes you so predisposed that you want to start snorting blow, you know?
No, there's like it's funny that he even calls it THC, and it's like, well, if you're going to call it THC, you're going to call it by its chemical name, then you understand that it has one. Maybe you should do some research into what that chemical does.
Yeah.
Because there's a few things it doesn't do.
The devil made it do that.
Walking in obedience and freedom, and then he gets me captive again, and then I walk, and then boom, he gets me captive. We're going to have some victory in that, and I'm going to show you how that's going to be done. God has brought something in my life to finally put an end to this. Another addiction of mine that's really messed me up is pornography. I remember when I was 4 or 5 years old, I was super young. I was being babysat by my cousin. My cousin found a VHS cassette that my dad had in the house of pornography, and he put it on. I remember, I can remember the...
Well, he dad showing a 5-year-old porn, you know...
That is a bit messed up, but at the same time, it's like...
He didn't say how old his cousin was. His cousin could have been like the same age as him. I don't know.
Well, he says, oh, no, he's babysitting him, so he had to be able to...
Oh, did he say he was babysitting him? Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is weird then.
First pornographic scene in my mind. It is literally scarred in my mind. I was 4 or 5 years old. I didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't understand, but I remember the image being imprinted in my brain.
You know, it's because of that we got Earthbound. That entire final boss fight was because the creator of the game saw a porn scene when he was too little, and just like the trauma from that led him to create the final like mindfuck boss of that game.
Masturbation and lust was a major part of my life in the past. My mom, in fact, when I was 16, worked for a company where they sold sex toys, and my friends would come to the house and there
this is amazing.
Sex toys and all sorts of stuff.
This is so Mario, when he was a kid, his mom sold sex toys
all over the house, and so I had a very open sexual family that talked about sex. It wasn't considered a big thing. We were all lost. None of us were Christian. Okay, Catholics.
Sounds like your mom was pretty fucking cool to me.
Yeah, it's weird that he became so uptight.
And so what happened is there started to be a perversion in my mind. And the danger of pornography is that it's like a breadcrumb trail. Once you start it releases dopamine, by the way. This is an addiction, okay? So when you're looking at pornography or you're masturbating, your brain is actually producing a chemical that makes you feel good. And what happens is after a while, you start to look for more and more perversions.
One of the things is not the thing that leads... You can get addicted to dopamine being released, yes, but that does not make it addictive by its very nature.
Yeah.
You know? I doubt he would look into any of this. Like, yes, there are people who are addicted to porn. Yes, there are people who are addicted to marijuana.
There are people who are addicted to McDonald's.
Yeah, it doesn't make any of those things addictive by their nature. It has to do with our personalities.
Exactly.
Now is
gambling. That's another one. Man, it feels good to win at gambling. It's such a good feeling.
Very sick perversion of mine is that I'm overcoming, and that if I'm not careful because of pornography and what it's done to me.
Wait, the sick perversion is that he's overcoming? I don't think you can ever be overcoming, sir. Usually that's what we aim for.
You get into all sorts of little weird kinks.
I can overcome.
The porn
He's
world will
overcome.
lead you down that path. And
He has Pimpmunk has 3 testicles.
Yes.
if you got kids,
He's got just like
turn
a backup factory.
No, I really do have a third testicle, so when I come, it's like a pressure washer, bro.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
off the video. I don't want this to be shared.
It,
If you're young, please
it,
don't listen
it
to
looks
this.
like a Jackson Pollock painting on a fucking chick's belly. It's pretty awesome.
Turn off the video. But
Here he goes. This is where he's going to talk about the dirty shit.
gangbangs, threesomes, all sorts of different pornography, lust, and kinks started to get implanted in my mind. You know, the damage that pornography started to do was to pervert these desires.
You mean the
I got into
fun
voyeurism,
things.
you know, orgies, gangbangs, all that ridiculous stuff. And hey, by the way, if
But
you're watching
they're not
pornography, you're into
ridiculous, they're
voyeurism too. You're
fun.
into watching people have, you know, intercourse. So heads up. But I got into that, and that led to sexting, another addiction that I have, and I'm overcoming. And I'm, you know, so far 2019, overcome all of this stuff, by the way. But it's one day at a time when it comes to addiction. Okay, and that's how I'm going to take this. One day at a time. I have victory.
He's
so
only
far
had
this year,
3
but
orgies in 2019. It's only been like 2 weeks. So there you go. It's not that bad.
I'm going to take
Yeah,
this
it's
one
not
step
that bad.
at a time. But these are the things that Brother Mario is struggling with. I am needing to restore.
I wish
the
he really quit
brokenness
talking
from
about
all
himself in
this
third
stuff
person, though.
and how it's broken me.
It's
You know,
kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if he does that during sex?
Brother Mario likes you sucking his dick. Lick Brother Mario's asshole.
If he keeps saying brother too many times, I'm gonna have the thought that there's some other kinks he's got that are a bit weirder.
Me and my godly bros are going to spit roast the fuck out of you, baby.
Oh, I forgot that he was part of Godly Bros.
Yeah, godly bros.
I'm not a homosexual. People think I'm a
Godly
homosexual.
Mario.
That's ridiculous. I'm into gangbangs and orgies and stuff like that. So
He's like, oh, people are saying I'm a homosexual. That's ridiculous. I'm into gangbangs and orgies.
never been into
I
dudes,
just
but I'm
like
into
a
group
bunch
sex.
of dicks around me as I fuck.
He said,
By the
yeah,
way-
I've never been into dudes, but I'm into group sex. That's what he says.
By the way, if you guys have been checking Twitter, we did in fact get the meme that I requested.
That's beautiful.
So thank you very much, Egghead, for that. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Egghead.
And watching that. It's gross, it's twisted. I know I didn't want to have to share it, but hey, that's gone out. So hey, I guess we're being really real and candid about our what I deal with, because it's all been brought to light on the internet. And by the way, that's very weird that Christians would ever point an audience to that kind of photos of me and stuff, knowing that.
Wait a minute. You're wondering why Christians are judgmental while being a judgmental douche nugget?
Right.
How strange.
What a concept.
Anyways, question that. Why good Christians would make videos to make other, even young people, seek out the stuff that's out there about me on the internet. Okay, but anyways. So I've struggled with all of this, okay? And I have not overcome them yet in my walk with God. Does that make me not a Christian? Does that make me a wolf? No. It means that Brother Mario is in the process of regeneration. This is what I've told you since day one. I'm not a pastor.
You're in the process of regeneration.
He's in the process of degeneration.
No, he's in the process of regeneration because he was busy overcoming before. There is a bit of a wind-up afterwards.
This isn't a church.
Sex.
By the way, so many people are like, Mario, you're disqualified. Disqualified from what? Being a Christian YouTuber who uses this platform to openly share with you what God is doing in my life? You know this is not a church. Please don't tell me you guys actually see this as a New Testament church. Because you know why? It's not. Where's the deacons? Where's the ordained ministers? There's an order to God's church. You know that, right?
Why does it?
So this YouTube place where...
Wait a minute. So, did Jesus have deacons? Did Jesus have ordained ministers? No, he had none of those things. But
He had
did
disciples.
He have a church? Yeah, but did he have a church? Yes, but he didn't have ordained ministers. That wasn't a thing. He didn't have deacons. That was also not a thing. During biblical times, you had 4 groups of people in Judea. You had Sadducees, Pharisees, Zealots, and Essenes. The disciples were all Essenes. That doesn't make them deacons. That made them Galilean hillbillies.
Yeah, and for years, many Christians have preached that 2 or more gathered in his name is church. I've heard this shit my whole life, so fuck off.
Yeah, that's it. You can call it a church. You can call it you can have cults that grow completely on just an online following. Like, I'm sorry, if somebody wants to say that they believe in a God, they think that it's Jesus Christ. Congratulations, you're a Christian. Woohoo!
People think that this is an actual online church. No, it's not. This is a social media platform where I'm just being...
He used to call it a ministry at one point.
Open and honest with my walk with God so that I can be an encouragement and inspiration to people. Even in my struggles, even through this, you're going to see God's going to use this probably in the most powerful way than he's ever used anything else in my walk with God. So this YouTube platform isn't a church. And if it was a church, YouTube church, those of you who think this is a church, why didn't you guys take the proper biblical measures to deal with this situation? You know, the Bible says that in a church, if a brother is caught in sin, that one of you go to him in private and try and, you know, convict him.
No, they should have came to him in private.
Then two. And then you take it, or then three, I think, witnesses, and then you take it to the church. That's not what happened on YouTube Church. Immediately it got out there, because this isn't a church. This is a place where people love to crucify and create sensational stories and put other people...
I love how passive-aggressive he's being. He's so... Oh my God.
Hey, if this is a church, I don't want to be a part of it, by the way. Okay, you guys don't operate in the New Testament ordained way of operating. Okay, you didn't even come to me in private. I would have repented privately, trust me. But no, you guys went public about it. You're not following the rules because this is not a church. So I get it. I get why you guys didn't come to me in private, because YouTube isn't a church. YouTube is a place to create videos and get sensational headlines out there. And if
just admit you were
scandal,
fucking cokehead, they're not.
Well, you guys want to jump on it and then use it to
between
look at this
a brick and mortar church and a YouTube ministry? If your people are in pews or they're watching your shit while on the toilet, it doesn't matter. If you're feeding them the same pulpit bullshit, then it's the same.
Attention. Yeah, I'm a righteous warrior fighting this wolf. Get a life, okay? Get real, okay? So, no. This is not a church, okay? And I am not a pastor who was ordained by ministry. If I was ordained through the laying on of hands to a position of pastoral ministry here, yeah, I'd be disqualified. But that's not what I am. I'm simply a YouTuber who happens to be a Christian who wants to use this platform to help you. I'm not
I don't like when people do this shit. So what he's doing here is he's trying to make it seem like, oh, well, you guys can't get on to me as if I'm a pastor because I'm not that thing. I'm less than that thing. It's like, if you're doing all the same things and you're running through all the same motions, then just accept the label and move the fuck on. If people are going to dogpile you, they're going to dogpile you. Deal with it.
And like Ben said, he's been calling himself his ministry forever.
Yeah.
This is his ministry. If you're going to say this is your ministry, then it's yeah, you got to take all that shit, homeboy. Just chill the fuck out.
And, this is a different calling. Pastor John's church, because it's focused on drug rehabilitation, I mean, we've got drug addicts, alcoholics, prostitutes, the lowest of the low coming into this church, and that's the
it's you! The lowest of the low? You mean like you? Okay, sure.
By the way, that's not the best way to call people who are trying to get help.
Drug addicts, prostitutes, the vigilant Christian, you know, the lowest of the low.
And didn't he just say he was getting help from the same guy he's talking about earlier? Now he's calling the people that get to help him the lowest of the low. That's not the way to help people, bro. Come on.
Yeah, well, there is something to say that these people are the lowest of the low, because if you're going to have... First of all, if you're going to say that, oh, I have a ministry and this ministry caters to people who are prostitutes and who are drug addicts. First of all, prostitution's not a problem. If somebody wants to get a prostitute or somebody wants to go and be an escort, more power to them. It doesn't harm anybody as long as you're, getting yourself tested. So just by calling them the lowest of the low based on their occupation that harms nobody, you could probably fuck off, dude.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. People like him has convinced themselves that these things are bad. That's the reason he feels like he has to defend all this and make all these videos defending himself because he believes it's bad, but it's not.
Those that typically most normal Baptist churches would kind of like, oh, look at that guy coming in. Yeah, those are my people that I want to influence with Pastor John. And so moving forward, you're going to come along with me. The videos are going to be about this process.
Of course they're all going to come along with you. That's what an orgy is for. Sorry, I'm never going to get off that joke.
I want to be a part of Mario's orgies, though, because I think he's a freak. And I think he's going to be fun.
Would you put it in his butt?
Put it right up in his butthole.
When I go through a course, I'm going to share it with you. I'll link you guys up to be able to do it with me. So you're basically, Brother Mario's going to take a little break and focus on this, but in the process, use this platform that God has blessed me with to encourage you guys to come along with me to be transformed. If you really want to overcome these things, come along with me, and you'll see me change. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, I got bags under my eyes. When I smoke as much dope as I usually do, it messes up my sleeping and eating patterns. 3.5 grams of kush a day is ridiculous, and it messed up my entire body. So I'm still feeling it. I'm not feeling strong, but you're going to see me. I'm going to keep coming on here 1 month sober. There'll be a video. I'm going to keep myself accountable. We're going to walk this thing out together. I'm not perfect, and if you are looking for some perfect, holy Christian pastor, I never claimed to be that, nor did I ever want you to look at me that way. I am Brother Mario, a brother who is...
You said you were training to be a pastor. You've said that for a while.
And you've been making videos for years telling people that they're sinners and they're evil and all this shit, but now all of a sudden you got caught with your dick in somebody or trying to put your dick in somebody.
No, showing his friend's dick to other...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's just so weird.
Liar! Liar!
G-Man. I love the G-Man.
Oh, God.
The G-Man soundboard is great.
I don't
I
believe
think
you.
every time I hear G-Man speak, I lose at least 2 brain cells.
Liar! Liar!
That's who I want to see in an orgy right there is G-Man.
You hypocrite!
You're just gonna have G-Man having an orgy just like right around all the barrels he has at work.
I can see G-Man in an orgy. As soon as he comes, he'll jump up and say, "I win!"
Yeah.
That's the only time it pays to be a Minuteman.
Duh!
There's just like a bunch of noises.
God damn it.
That's G-Man's sex play.
God.
So, yes, that's how he sounds when he has an orgasm. Well, that sounded like
and
a
the
fucking
relationship that we
dope.
have with God by overcoming these sins. Have a blessed and wonderful day.
All right.
You too, buddy.
Now I'm going to bring up Jackbox, and we'll play that until Pimp has to go, and then we'll see if we can get any closer to this goal. Guys, if you could help me reach this goal, it would be really helpful. Or, you know, if you want to catch the private show that's coming up, I think in a week or two here, you can sign up for either Patreon or Subscribe-Star. Links in the description.
Just looking at his face just makes me feel really strange.
You didn't talk about Chris Hansen yet, or did you?
Oh shit, you're right. I don't have a video on it, but here's the news story. So Chris Hansen, he was arrested for grand larceny. Or no, I guess just larceny.
It was, like you said before, the show would have been so much better if he'd got arrested for some kind of sex thing.
I didn't say better. I don't think better.
I said better.
But it would have been ironic, is what I said.
Yeah, but it would have been funny.
Yeah, but it look basically it says that he was arrested for larceny. He bounced 2 checks totaling near $13,000.
Damn.
He bought 355 mugs and 650 vinyl decals, 288 T-shirts. What is all that shit for?
For giving away and selling at those events.
What events?
If you have any event at all, then having all of that stuff available for sale is generally a good idea. But yeah, it says right there for marketing events. But
oh yeah, for marketing events, yeah.
Yeah, so at least it's they give the context in there at least.
355 mugs.
Damn, that's a lot of mugs.
So what he's slanging To Catch a Predator mugs? Oh, did you see this one, Pimpmunk? That YouTube bans dangerous challenges and pranks.
Yeah.
Like
we talked about that today on my show. Yeah, that's and I can kind of get that because
yeah, if you're driving a car blindfolded, that's definitely an issue. The Tide Pod thing too, that's fucked up. I saw someone say the cinnamon challenge. It's like, I don't think that's as bad as Tide Pods and driving blindfolded.
Yeah,
but the ones, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say the cinnamon challenge gets fixed by just having a glass of milk handy. The Tide Pod thing, if There's actually a video that shows like what would happen if you drank a cup of bleach, like what actually happens to your body after doing so. And it's like you can't really compare the cinnamon challenge to the Tide Pod challenge. Yes, the cinnamon challenge can kill you. That's a thing that can happen.
Yeah.
But if you've got a glass of milk candy, then you're basically fine. You can't just use a glass of milk to chase down a Tide Pod.
Yeah, and the one thing about this that they're doing different, YouTube is actually doing different than they've done before, is they're telling people, they're going to be telling people, this, giving people a chance to take the videos down and stuff like that. They talked about this in the article from what I gathered, that they're actually going to be letting people know that your video is going to be taken down if you don't. So before they weren't doing that. They'd just take your, just delete you like they did with me. They didn't tell me that a link to Kratom was bad, so they just deleted my fucking channel for 3 months. But yeah, so at least they're doing that now.
Yeah, YouTube's screwy. It's like I did a. You guys are familiar with Onision, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, I actually know him.
I did a video on him recently, and it was demonetized before it ever actually went public. And then just like got remonetized randomly throughout the day. Didn't even get an email from YouTube saying that they fixed it. It's just like, dude, YouTube, get your shit together, please.
I think it's hilarious that people making videos making fun of Onision get like way more views than Onision.
Yeah.
Well, we can't even tell how many views Onision gets that much anymore because he's turned off a lot of his public metrics. You can't tell how many subscribers he has anymore. It's... I guess just because his channel's in a downward spiral, he's trying everything in his power to like not make it look like he's hemorrhaging, but he is hemorrhaging.
Yeah, that much is true. Fuck, sorry, I got really high for a second there, so my brain is kind of running on like half speed.
My brain's been running on half speed for 2 days.
I had this blunt. And it's not a normal blunt that's made out of tobacco. It's actually made out of sage. So it has like a sage smell and taste to it. It's kind of interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, all right. So now we're going to do this shit. I'm going to get this game up here. All right, let's see. I just have to bring it up on the screen in a moment here. In a moment, I'm going to give you guys a code in the chat, and you'll be able to type that in after you go to the URL. Let me see. I just got to get it over on the... Oh, shit. Sorry. I closed it by accident. It'll be up in a second here.
I just hear the ominous sounds.
Sorry, I'm having a bit of a technical issue here.
It's the same sounds of Mario's sex tapes.
Mario sex tapes?
Yeah.
And the cool thing is that the people in the audience, they affect the way the game works. You'll see, they can give you bonus points. Or they can cause you to get less points than you normally would. Alright.
Some users say the Benpai menu screen is too interactive.
Pop that over there. Let's see. I'm just gonna set up something really quick here. Game. some crazy sounding music.
It's weird, dude. It makes me feel like I'm in a cult.
A cult?
We're summoning the Morgile children. I don't know what, I'm just making up some shit.
All right.
Here at Binge Pipe.
All right, so I'm going to send you guys
name
the code in the Skype chat here.
So binge pipe a binge pipe, and remember that binge pipe always binge pipes well into the binge pipe of binge pipe.
It just reminds me of like head on. Put it directly on the forehead.
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on.
Apply directly to the
Before binge pipe,
All right,
there was
so
nothing
there's
for
the
me.
code.
Now
you go to
I see
the
everything. And it's too much. I know too
you
much.
go to the
Why are there
URL.
so many?
Binge pipe.
Jackbox.tv and just type in the code that I gave you.
Prepare your body for enjoyment with this upcoming binge pipe programming.
Hey, I'm Nolan. Follow me as I travel the world with only a backpack, a plan, and a credit card that never runs out of money.
The Trust Fund Traveler. New episodes premiere during your work shift.
Jessica, I know I'm from the future, but I love you.
Everybody down! Get down on the floor now! This is my first time teaching a yoga class! I said get down!
Hey guys, welcome back to another unboxing video. Let's check out what we have today. And oh no. Oh, it's bees again. Bees again! Bees again!
Someone probably has everybody's in on their screen.
Yes.
Yeah, feel free to
Mine says Pimpmunk, sit back in my lap.
Yeah, so you get to start it. All right, here we go. And everyone else can play along.
Has a lot of hobbies besides presenting. You don't know
Now that we've started, it's okay to let everyone know. It's IQUG. Join along. Go to jackbox.tv. Join in.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson. And not a single doctor can tell me why I make that sound. That's a respectable turnout. And since we've got an audience, how about we make this interesting and add an audience bonus to every question? The better the audience does on a question, the less bonus money goes to the players. But if the audience screws it up, there's going to be a lot of cash on the line for that right answer. Okay, let's get this show on the road.
Time for question 1.
First up, don't talk to me before I've had my sandwich. If cows worked like coffee beans, then which Arby's sandwich would have the most caffeine? Light roast beef, medium roast beef, dark roast beef, or French roast beef? Hope you like what you picked.
Oh, we all got it wrong. Is it French roast?
The darker the bean, the less caffeine.
Oh, you know what? I read it wrong.
And the more beefy
No one got
coffee,
it right.
the better.
Everybody got it wrong.
Beefy.
Yeah, because we're stupid idiots is what we are.
That's crazy.
Well, I've never claimed to know anything.
I don't know.
Here's what
I don't
like
know
to call
Jack.
my love language is my love.
I mean, the
of
entire
language.
audience got it wrong, too.
If you're dead sea scrolling through dating profiles, what dating app are you on? eHebrew, OK Coptic, Arabic Mingle, or Coffee Meets Sanskrit?
I really don't know what language
what'd
the
you
Dead
pick?
Sea Scrolls was written
The
in.
Dead Sea Scrolls are ancient
got it
religious
right.
texts written primarily in Hebrew. eHebrew,
All
where you
tied
can
at
stop
0.
by and say shalom to fellow
Yup.
singles. And how'd the audience fare?
50% correct.
An audience. Lovable stupidity. That means I'm dealing out bonus cash for that right answer. Consider that your birthday present.
Why don't we do it with Creed?
Try this on for size. Our luxury line of spells. And get ready to do some shopping because it's time for Dis or Dat. I'm gonna read off 7 things, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's something you can buy at Gwyneth Paltrow's online store Goop, or something you can buy in the Weasley's joke shop in Harry Potter. Think fast, you'll only get a few seconds to pick between Goop or Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. And you're all doing this together, so look alive. Ready? Good. Beauty dust. Peruvian instant darkness powder. Second pimple vanisher. Kid combing mist. Daydream charms. Psychic vampire repellent. You know poo.
You know poo? What the fuck is you know poo?
Y'all kind of stunk up the place.
You know poo is a counter
guys,
laxative from the Harry
tough
Potter
one.
series.
You failed to live up to my already very low expectations.
Well, I'm not a Harry Potter fan or a fucking Goop.
Customer satisfaction seems to have dipped.
Looks like it's screw time.
That is the truth, Cookie. Screwing during a question makes life a
these
little
are
tougher
great
for all the
to
other
use.
players in a variety of enjoyable ways. And you'll receive a monetary bonus for anyone who answers incorrectly.
Great, thanks.
What a mutually satisfying solution.
This one's called The Pineapple Expression, which translated film title is using the Hawaiian word mahalo correctly. Mahalo for smoking, mahalo my name is Doris, mahalo country for old men, or the long mahalo. What's this? Player 2 dropped a screw on you guys. I hope you can still read this. I really do not.
I totally clicked the wrong one, thanks for that screw.
Okay, who chose what? Mahal, no, your name is not Doris. Well, I don't know, I guess it could be, but you're still wrong. Mahalo means thank you, as in the 2005 film Thank You for Smoking.
I was thinking a while. I don't know what the fuck.
That screw is a good move, player 2. Here's that cash.
I'm sucking so much ass this game. I usually do way better than this.
Yeah, but you got hit with a Harry Potter series of questions.
Fuck.
And now, less swole, more smole. Look, I'm not 100% up on all my internet lingo, but according to my 7-year-old niece, a smole bean is a little adorable thing. Which of these small beans is totally small, but not a bean at all? A soybean taking a nap, a fava bean asking for a hug, a coffee bean wearing mittens, or a kidney bean learning to use Tumblr?
I'm done.
Okay, let's take a look. Oh, my small child.
Damn it!
Aww.
Is it a coffee bean?
Look, nobody knew it, so let's skip the formalities. Smallness aside, coffee beans are not
we're
beans.
getting destroyed
They're
here, man.
seeds.
Yeah, dude.
Also, coffee is not adorable, it's deadly serious, and I really
There's
need
some
one
bitch
right
doesn't belong
now.
here, Ben. He's
Anybody? Round 1 is dead to me. Let's see how the game's shaping up.
Currently, player 1 is in the lead. Player 3, on the other hand, there's a soft spot on every apple. It's you. Market research indicates that it's time for another screw.
Round 2 screws are more powerful, and they'll net you more cash for each player that gets the question wrong. So don't be shy about using that thing. The rest of you better answer fast if you don't want to be screwed. Oh, and by the way, all the cash in round 2 is doubled, in case you care about things like that.
Time and fun stops for no one.
6 trombones is not a parade.
Take a good look at the clippity-clop of anxiety. Most young people these days are terrified of celebrity horses, and who can blame them? Which of these would literally need a trigger warning? Gandalf's horse, the Lone Ranger's horse, Sheriff Woody's horse, or Roy Rogers' horse? And how'd we do? Anybody see my wrong answer? Oh, here it is. Western film star and singer Roy Rogers was never far from his trusty horse, Trigger. Trigger even had a movie named after him, My Pal Trigger. And after falling out the unfortunate sequel, Trigger, you bastard.
J'ai mangé tous les œufs. 7.
Coming up, we're here to help. Oh, great.
Binge Pipe recommends. Because you enjoy movies that end in weddings between warring families, you might enjoy this historical event. The War of the Roses, the Battle of Hastings, the French Revolution, or the Cold War.
Let's see
still
who got
holding
it.
onto that screw.
Oh, hindsight.
King Henry VII married Elizabeth of York to unite the two opposing sides at the end of the War of the Roses.
I knew that.
We're willing to marry Cookie off to Sonic the Hedgehog to circumvent
Warriors.
any future video game feuds.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of age.
How about this one? Formation according to perspiration. And uh-oh, Dress Up Kit's Dime Store.
It's time for a
gibberish question.
Think fast on this one. The longer you take, the less cash you make. Okay, get ready. Check out this gibberish phrase and guess what real-life piece of advice it rhymes with. Won't sweat, Brad? Sweat, Steven.
I have no fucking clue.
Okay, pencils down. Player 2. Yeah, that checks out. Well, at least one of you didn't fall asleep.
Don't get mad, get even.
Okay, let's move along.
I wrote fuck me, by the way.
I wrote I don't know, so sue me.
Here's one for you. 2-2 for now. Your roommate, who is a ballerina, says she's late and has to jeter the hell out of here. How does she leave the apartment? Leaps with one leg leading, breaking the door and your rental agreement, rotates on one leg, spinning until she drills through the floor, rapidly taps the floor with one foot, summoning mice to carry her, or lifted by her partner who isn't paying rent but acts like he owns the place. Let's see how that shook out. Honest mistake. Yep, that sure sounds like a jeté to me.
Yes!
Why they don't just
Wow,
call it
how
a
the
one-leg
tables have
leading
turned
leap
in this
beats
game.
me.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even answer it. I was going to. I didn't do it fast.
Oh, here's a good one. Can you feel the glove tonight? Man, Donald Glover is so multi-talented. If Donald Glover moved to France to become a glover, what would his glove-making pseudonym be? Childish coiffeur, childish boulanger, childish gantier, or childish couturier?
Oh, man.
Brace yourself. Player 3 decided to screw. How's your hand-eye coordination? Well, we'll see. Okay, what'd you pick? Don't cry, it'll grow back. I thought it was obvious it was this one. A gantier is a French glove maker. Nicely done with that screw, Player 3. Spend this wisely.
Yeah, it like scrambled my screen. Oh, here we go.
Welcome to the attack. When you see an answer that matches the category, tap it on your device. The faster you pick a right answer, the more cash you make. And more than one answer can be right. But each time you're wrong, I'm taking some cash away. And don't forget, it's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Animal parts.
Oh.
Animals are made up of lots of parts. I hope you know what they are. Good luck.
One of those wasn't a marsupial.
Yeah, I did that. I was really bad at that one. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Player 2 takes it! Woo! Congratulations, Player 2. Nothing feels as good as winning, except maybe eating cake. Cake.
You don't know Jack! I definitely don't.
We'll try another one. We'll try one more. And I actually think you have to start it since you're player 1.
Enjoy this exclusive behind-the-scenes content from You Don't Know Jack.
Hi.
Binge Pipe courageously presents You Don't Know Jack. Binge Pipe, original content, unoriginal premises.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and the game starts when I say it does. Right? Now! Just kidding. No, now! Just kidding, I have no power. Look to your left, look to your right. One of these people is stupider than you. And I see we've got some gawkers in the audience, which means I'll be adding an audience bonus to every question.
IQUG if you want to join in and play. IQUG.
And right
play
this
on a
way.
browser.
Time for question 1.
First on the docket, Double Double Toil and Sprite Zero. If the Globe Theater had a special Coke machine using ingredients from the Witch's Brew in Macbeth, what custom flavored soda would you not be able to sip on while watching Shakespeare? Diet Cherry Vanilla and Hemlock Coke, Pib Extra with lime and dragon scales, Barks Root Beer with a wolf's tooth dropped in, or Virgin Blood Fanta? So who got it? Nope, not this one. Not to ruin the suspense, but you all missed it. Blood of a virgin is not one of the ingredients the witches use in Shakespeare's play Macbeth. I'm a simple guy. I just like sparkling Dasani water with a little lemon and a little finger of birth strangled babe ditch delivered by a drab.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Up next, beware of gamers bearing gifts. Which of these would be a level from Super Mario Odyssey if it mirrored the story of Homer's Odyssey? Level 2, Riddle of the Yoshi. Level 5, Angry Goombas on River Styx. Level 8, Kart Racing in the Coliseum. Or Final Battle, Mario vs. Peach's Suitors. What'd you guys pick? You're thinking of Oedipus Rex, or you're just wrong. Well, nobody got this one, so let's just move on with our lives. Homer's Odyssey ends with the hero defeating all the men who tried to marry his beloved. He probably jumped on their heads or something. It's been a long time since I read it.
Why don't we do it with 3?
Next, hit your skid marks. And it's time for Dis or Dat. I'm going to read you 7 things, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's a type of film editing transition or a brand of flushable butt wipe. Answer quick, you'll only have a few seconds to choose between a film transition or a butt wipe. And you're all doing this together, so focus up. Okay, let's do it.
Try not dying, it'll help.
Wipes. Wipes. Good wipes. Block wipes. Wipes.
Damn.
Invisible wipes. Bob's butt wipes.
What?
I would hope we get this one right.
Butt wipes.
Most of
Pimpmunk
you
got a
deserve
perfect
group hug.
score in this round.
Now let's keep going.
You're my question for forevermore. I love you.
I know my butt wipes.
Next up, Pits Boss. If Old Spice came out with a deodorant with an Elon Musk, what would it smell like? A freshly opened Amazon box, an unused iPhone, a brand new Tesla, or a bag of whole food produce?
Everyone should get this 100%.
Picked what? Elon Musk is the CEO of Tesla Motor Company.
91% correct with the audience.
And I, for one, welcome driverless cars because it's in cars that I'm most commonly subjected to other people's body odor. I call this one, Dead Men Seem to Keep Telling Tales. The power of film to depict the majesty of the human condition or move us to laughter and tears really is remarkable. Anyway, what happened in Pirates of the Caribbean 5? Something with the Fountain of Youth? Something with a trident? Something with Atlantis? Or something with an undead shark?
Well, you find out.
Fuck, I don't know.
I love this part. Maybe? Honestly, I have no idea, but let's say no. The correct answer is, in Pirates of the Caribbean 5, everyone is after the trident of Poseidon or something, maybe. I heard
0%
for what's left of Johnny Depp's career. Say goodbye to round 1. Let's see who's cheating.
Currently, player 3 is in the lead. And as a counterpoint, these players are negatively affecting our averages. Your performance has triggered the need for more screws.
And remember, round 2 screws screw even harder. And you'll net more cash for each player that answers wrong. So don't be shy about using them. The rest of you better answer quick or you'll end up screwed. Oh, and remember, questions are worth twice as much in round 2.
We're having fun.
6 trombones is not a parade.
Let's try eloquence is a thing. Who has the largest vocabulary? Pikachu, Groot, the Raven, or Roadrunner? Well, well. Player 1 just let loose a screw. This one goes out to my lawyer. I love you, Kurt. Okay, let's take a look. Nevermore should you pick this answer. Should have picked this. Pikachu can only say its name. Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven only says nevermore. Roadrunner says meep meep. But Groot can speak a whopping 3 words. I am Groot.
Fuck.
And yes, I know Groot also says we
Everyone
are
got
Groot
it wrong,
at some
too.
point. So
Like-
that's 2 more words. Groot can say 5 words.
I didn't get it wrong. Good
Don't
play.
at me. That screw is a good move, player.
Oh, yeah,
'cause
'cause you got screwed.
Some cash.
I got screwed too, though. I just got through it really quick. You have to scroll to the bottom of the I accept agreement.
We'd like to offer you a chance to gain some content while also losing some other content. Would you like a loud question or a quiet question?
Loud
Contribute
question or
your
quiet
percentage of the
question?
choice now.
Everyone gets to vote. Everyone that's logged in. Did you pick it on your screen?
Yep, I did.
Here are the
Okay.
consequences of your choices. We graciously accept your choice.
I picked quiet question.
L'aspect se moque de moi. 7.
Why not try a loud question? Which of these songs is on the Rihanna album Loud?
Oh, fuck
Take
if
it
I know.
off! Man down! What the hell? Or boom boom pow!
I have no fucking idea whatsoever.
Yeah, try not to listen to crap.
Let's see how that shook out. No!
And
Man Down is a track
Wow.
on the 2010
Lucky
Rihanna
guess.
album Loud.
yeah, right, man. Lucky guess.
I'm sorry. I use the volume usually reserved for my cats when they hop on furniture.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of 8.
It's time for Portugal, the man, the band, a plan, a canal, Panama. If the oddly named band Portugal, the man, went on tour in Portugal, the country, what larger region would they also be visiting? Lisbon, the capital. So watch out. My friends, Player 2 has unleashed the screw. Embrace the change. Or don't.
Does it fuck you up, Pimpmunk?
They gave you a name change.
Hope
where
you
you
like
have to
what you
constantly
picked.
say you don't want
Portugal
to
is
change your name.
located on the Iberian Peninsula, along with Spain and Andorra. It's not surrounded by water on all sides because no Portugal, the man, is an island. Expert screwing, Player 2. This is your cash now. Oh, and it looks like we've got a name change. It really
Put
suits
Bone
you.
Ranger.
Yeah, I liked it so much I want to change my name. After this game being is over, I gotta go. But
yeah,
feast your eyes upon this: octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein.
Yep.
Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein.
Important part of the inspiration for the invention of the first webcam. Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein.
We're just gonna go with the obvious. Probably wrong though.
Oh, you know what? Oh, damn it! I think I got it wrong. But
okay, who chose what? Sucks to be you. The webcam was invented at the University of Cambridge so researchers could check and see when the coffee in the break room was ready.
no fucking clue.
I always put a piece of tape on my webcam so the CIA has no idea when my coffee is ready.
If it was the octopus one, then it would have been a little weird.
There is no hiding from... Is a baby driver similar to a mini driver? If Baby from the movie Baby Driver learned to drive at the age a baby giraffe learns to walk, how fast would the baby become a baby driver? 1 second after birth, 1 minute after birth, 1 hour after birth, or 1 day after birth? And how'd we do? Bit of bad news for you.
Is it 1 hour or
let's
1
skip
second?
the insults. Nobody got it right. Baby giraffes
1
are
hour.
up and walking an hour after they're born.
Damn.
Now, if you ever give birth to a baby driver, just remember to cut the umbilical cord before you give it the keys.
All right.
It's time for the attack. When you see an answer that matches the category, tap it on your device. The faster you pick a right answer, the more cash you make. And more than one answer can be right. But each time you're wrong, I'm taking some cash away. And be careful. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. That's jargon to my ears. I hope you all know what I'm talking about. Good luck.
didn't get poop deck, I would be ashamed. This one should be easy.
I hit that first one, man.
Alright, here we are.
Oh, you win this one.
Player one takes
Yep.
it. Congratulations,
This is the last
player
round.
one. You did it. Now try to apply this level of effort to something else in your life. And keep this in mind.
You don't know Jack!
Alright. Exit. Yes.
Binge.
Yes. Gotta exit and exit. Are you sure you want to exit? Do you want to exit? Do you really, really want to exit? Alright, guys.
Oh god, now we're staring at his face again. How's it going, Brother Mario?
Yeah.
It's going good. Praise the Lord.
So we're going to wrap it up. I don't think I'm going to go late tonight. I'm not feeling well, but definitely next stream that's coming up here, and hopefully I can reach a goal. Thanks for joining us.
Get to feeling better, Ben.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, guys. Brother Pimpmunk says goodbye.
Brother Pimpmunk.